of Tier 1, qualifying 1. Okay, interesting night. A lot of talking heading into this race tonight. Not a lot of guys very arrogant in some ways, but everybody coming in here with some mixed emotions, so we'll see. Well, that's it, here we go. Big Metsa, first guy out on track. Of course, Big Metsa joining us tonight for the first time. Teaming up with DW in the Williams. But of course, that will be he will retain quali starting at the back. Of course, talking about Williams, DW unfortunately will not be able to make it tonight, so some big shoes to fill for Big Metsa. Williams need those points. Constructors are very interesting. And it looks like we got Voss going on now in the outlap as well. Sorry, say again, Steph? Correct. You can actually bugger up or miss whatever 2 races because only 8 out of the 10 races will give you points. Yes, you're correct. 100%. Okay, we got Ty Golex also going out, and the Gav Peak. Away, Nesmax, thank you for the update, we appreciate it. No rain predicted for quali and no rain predicted for the race. That's good stuff. Steph, anything on your side, weather-wise, rain? No problem, you can do whenever. Let's hope it's also a dry race that side. Of course, as always, for you people watching, please feel free to post comments and join in the conversation. Right, here we go, riding still with Gav Peak, about to start his fast lap. Going a bit wide there. Oh, going all the way down to first gear there. Of course, a man with some confidence. A couple of good races behind him. Missed out on a race win last week. Of course, unfortunate circumstances out of his control. So him finishing in 4th place. Of course, a race before that he won. And of course, a couple of disconnects at the start of the season. Still saw him fighting back for podium, so the guy is full of confidence. So we'll just see how we do here, because he did make it known to everybody that the confidence for this track is not that high. Of course, just for everybody watching, you might see a couple of guys MIA. Unfortunately, a lot of races couldn't make it tonight. As you can see, pretty much it's only the Mercs, the Saubers and the Toro Rossos that's full teams tonight. We've got Y Racer in his 2nd race for TnB, that McLaren. But of course, Vemuna, his teammate, he's one of the guys MIA tonight. Gav Peak sets provisional fastest lap 1:38.7, 2 seconds quicker than Voss. Oh, Gav loses it. Ooh. Oh, can he turn it around before he gets disqualified? Luckily, that's just front wing damage. If he can just nurse the car home. Was just too throttle happy there around that corner. Golek's currently second place, 1.8 seconds off Gav Peak, but he's on super softs compared to the ultras of Gav Peak. We also see Y Racer out and TnB Wazi going out. Sorry you couldn't make it tonight, but nice to see you still watching. It looks like Y Racer is actually going out on the softs. Of course, no real harm at this stage. It's all about just to get some rubber on the track, because only 10 races, so all 10 should go through to the next session. So no need to risk the car at this stage. Whoa, right at the end. Luckily only at the end, but still, that can still change things a bit right at the end. Damn. Okay. Good luck to you guys. Not an easy track in the rain, unfortunately. DW, as they say, there's always a first time for everything in life, you know. Unfortunately, one of the sad things, life does happen. But hopefully, we'll see you back on track with the next race. Ooh. Y Racer very close to the barriers, coming through Castle Corner now. Oh, he must have touched the barrier there. Luckily no damage. Steph, as always, as ever, the optimist. Just reminding us there, DW, not to worry about this one. This one don't really count for you. And TnB Wazi goes fastest with a 138.5. 0.14 quicker than Gav Peak. Ivan currently sitting in third place. We're still waiting for Vino, RZDV and Nismax to potentially set some times, but we'll see if they actually will go out or not. Okay, this quickest here, 138.5. Whoa. No, top 2 currently is in 138, so 138.5 or 138.7. Of course, just to remind everybody out there watching, with me in the box is Staffy, racing in Tier 2, occasionally giving us some information on how things unfold there in Tier 2. Of course, as always, Staff will concentrate on his race, and where he can speak to us, he'll just give us some information. Okay, Y Racer currently in 6th position with soft tires, 3.2 of a pace. Golek's the 1.9 of a pace now. He dropped to 5th on those super softs. Right, RZDV and Nismax is out on track now. Only man still to set a time is to come out is Vino. RZDV slowing down quite heavily. Probably just some traffic in front, just creating a gap, some breathing space. Of course, never easy to drive in the dirty air of a car in front of you. Ooh, Rob, nice corner. course, Rob is one of a few guys that seems to be confident on this track, one of his favorite tracks. Of course, F1 2018 is a different game, so we'll see how his race unfolds as well. Slowing down again. Going with Nismax for a bit, see how things are going on his side. Ooh. For a moment it almost looked like he's going straight for that barrier. Very wide turn in there. Castle corner now, all good. Of course, network also makes a difference to the images. Sometimes it looks like the car is very wide or turning strangely, but it can also be internet connection speed and stuff. Right, Nismax now coming into the last sector. The last turn onto this last turn now, slight turn, and it's just all speed from here on. Gunning it for that start finish line. See what sort of time he puts up. Only 7 for now. 3.2 seconds over pace. He's pretty much with Yuri, who was on softs. But of course I don't think he pushed it really hard out there. It's just to get the feel. Like I said earlier, no real need to push it for now. It's all about just getting some track time. See, feeling where's the grip, and of course building up that confidence for things to come. So far only retirement is just Big Metza. Of course it's his first race tonight, he will start at the back. And we've got Vina also now on track. Oh, he clips the barrier. Oh, looks like it was just soft enough not to get any damage on that car. Looks like the front wing might still be intact there as well. Top 3 at the moment still unchanged. Voss found some more speed. Now only 1.7 seconds of that fastest lap. The Mercs looking really good early in qualifying. Driving on board with Ivan, of course Gav Peak's teammate here, Toro Rosso. Golux out of it. Oh, whoa, and that back end just stepping out a bit as he came around that corner, clipping the barrier. Luckily, nothing serious. Or is it? He's actually coming into the pit. Oh, he crashed into the pit barrier, pit entry. Oh no. That means his qualifying is ruined. Okay, Rob now retires. Obviously, he feels he's done enough. Ooh, Golux out. Of course, a very unforgiving pit entrance if you don't get your cornering correct, and of course if you miss your braking point. Coming in carrying as much speed as possible. Of course you need to be able to spot your brake point. If you don't, it can go horribly wrong, as it just did for Golux. Was he going for another lap? Nice clip of the apex, nice on the outside, good corner there. Oh, getting close to the apex again. Very nice corner. Oh, again managing to clip that apex. A beautiful cornering here. Of course, if you can get that corner absolutely spot on, that's where you can make all your time. Doesn't sound like he's revving that car all too much. Oh, going a bit wide there, a bit of light contact there with the barrier. Started so well, a bit scrappy there in the middle. Oh, and Waji now clips the barrier. Luckily lifted off. If he kept that rear wheel spinning, it could have been some serious trouble. No point in risking the car at this stage. Looks like Big Metza might have some disconnect problems here. Okay, Nismax also now decided enough's enough. Of course, only 43 seconds remaining in this session. Same with Ivan now also, no need to go worry any further. Special shout out there to Yvette. Yvette, I hope you're listening tonight. If you do, drop us a line or two. Let us know what's happening on that part of the world. Right, riding on board with Y Racer. Going slow, yeah, he will definitely also dive into the pit. Foss also now, he decided he's done with this session. Just pretty much what we achieved. Y Racer managed third position, but he did change to the softer tyres as well. Let's wait for everybody to ready up. There we go. There's confirmation of a top 3 for Q1. Wazzy, Gafbeak, Y Racer, who knocked Ivan down to 4th and Force now in 5th place. Of course, this is not really what matters, the real deal is still coming. Right, off we go to Q2. Wow, we actually lost. I just want to see, it looks like, I'm just trying to see, where's Rob? Big Metza is actually in after he retired, and he was supposed to retire, and Rob went out. That's strange. Because Rob just retired, he didn't retire because he crashed or anything, but Big Metza were to retire, and he didn't even post a time, but for some reason he's showing in Q2. Of course, we lost Ty Golax thanks to that crash on into the pit wall just as he came into the pits. So now both Saubers are out, so if Rob also not showing is out. Something definitely not right here. Okay, Nismax also going out, it's unusual. Normally he go, yeah, he actually wait till quite late. Okay, maybe change your strategy tonight, do something different. We'll just have to wait and see what is up Nismax's sleeve tonight. Of quite a couple of guys actually going out. It's only Wazzy that's actually still sitting in the pit. Everyone else are now out on track now. Of Gav Big building. Go steadily building, getting up to speed. Just getting past his last sequence of corners. When it's all opening up right, it's all about speed into that first corner. Ooh, and he runs very wide, but he managed to bring it back. No contact, anything. Would have lost a bit of time, but not too serious. Very different angles going into his corners if we looking at Wazzy just from the previous session when we drove on board with Wazzy. Wazzy clipping almost every apex. It's almost like Gaspik trying to avoid everyone. Again a bit wider approach, not really clipping that apex. To castle corner. Okay, all good. Okay. That's good cornering. Of course, nice speed section, but some tricky corners. Of course, if you run a little bit wide or you don't pay attention, you can so easily end up in the barriers there. Gaspik now going into the last sector. All the last sequence of corners when it's all about just speed and just gunning for that line. TnB F1 in the meantime sets the fastest time provisionally 140.1, but surely Gaspik will go faster here. And he does, 159.2. Looks like again some mixed tragedy here. Y-Race again looks like he's starting on the softs. Couple of guys this time on the super softs. And then ultra softs, of course. Ivan going third with a 140.9. Y-Race, no, that was probably just a bit of a warm-up lap. He will probably come now for a bit of softer rubber. Maybe he just took the worn softs from the first session just to get lay down some rubber. Of course, now it will be the tires and of course what really matters. But again, with eight runners really remaining, all 8 should actually end up in the next qualifying session. Well, except for Big Metza there who had to retire. So again, with so little runners, no real reason to risk the car really at this stage. It's all about getting into Q3, all important pole shootout. Wazzy now on his outlap. Looks like he's just going to let some cars get past. There we go. Got out of the way of Nismax, who's on speed. And Nismax actually managed to go into third on those super softs. On board again with Ivan. Interesting to see if he will attempt another lap or if he will dive into the pits. But sorry, say again, Steph. Hey, did Monet make it in the end? I thought he's not going to race tonight. Oh, awesome stuff. Good job, boys. Oh boy. Of course both Toroses now there in the pits. Yeah, there we go. Wide Racer out on his super softs. Vino now also in the pits, currently in 5th position. Just driving on board with TnB F1 here. Also now on his fast lap. Ooh, a bit of a lock up there. Force retired. But no, it looks like that was just a planned retirement. It's not a crash or anything. Of course, like I said, with only 7 runners now remaining, they all will be through to the next quali session. So no real reason to stay in it at this stage. Just get some time on the board and then sit back and wait for Q3. That's where everything will matter. So really only guys really on outlaps at the moment is Wide Racer and Wazzy. Force retired, Meta retired, all the other guys currently in the pit. Right down to the last bit of track here, going for that start finish line. Wazzy now coming through. Yep, and he goes 138.7 on super softs. 138.7 on super softs versus Gavpeak's 139.2 on ultras. Nice lap, Wazzy. But of course, doesn't really matter at this stage. We'll have to wait for Q3 where it really will matter. A little over 6 minutes left in this session. Don't expect a lot of action at this stage. I think everybody will just get some time on the board and then just wait for that all important Q3. Of course, the Baku City circuit is a motor racing street circuit located in Baku. It's actually constructed near Baku Boulevard. And just of course for those guys who like figures, a lap of the circuit is just over 6 kilometers or 3.7 miles, making it the 2nd longest circuit on the F1 calendar. Pretty good stuff for a street circuit to be the 2nd longest track. Right, Yuri now going. Yuri puts it into 3rd for now. 139.5, also on super softs. Vina out on super softs, but he will pit again. Maybe it's all just part of a plan, just to feel the grip, build up. Maybe just run a short stint. Can be scrubbing tires. We'll just see what the strategy is like when it's race time. Just now under 4.5 minutes remaining. Okay, a lot of guys now actually deciding enough is enough. But Wide Racer still, Wazzy still in the pit. Gavpeak now also retiring. Only leaves us with Wide Racer, Wazzy and Vino. Of course, Wide Racer, I take it he will also pit. Going very slow, he will not attempt another fast lap. Oh, so it's only Vino, Y Racer, and YZ still. But Vino and YZ in the pits, and of course Y Racer will join them. There you go, Y Racer also decided enough is enough, so does YZ. Just waiting for Vino. Two minutes and 20 seconds left. Okay, just waiting still for Vino or for the clock to run out. There we go. Hello, Mr. Foss. Right, Wazzy, Gafpick and Y Racer, your top 3 for this session. How's that? Nah, you wish. Right, into the all-important Q3 we go. No, Steph, you're wrong. It's Honda. You're missing a couple of A's there. Okay, just waiting to see who's gonna blink first. And again it's showing Big Mitza. Retiring, but clearly the game don't want him to retire. Here we go. Toro Rosso going. Now Ivan wants to set the pace, but actually his teammate's falling not far behind. And there we go, Big Mesa retiring again. And Ivan actually allowing Gafpeak to get in front of him. Not a bad idea. If he stays with Gafpeak, he can actually get some good tailway from Gafpeak. Of course, if he can get that, pick up that toe from Gafpeak, he might actually gain some momentum, which can also help him put a decent lap. Okay, actually everybody except Y Racer is on track. Hello, Weza. Wonder what happened to you tonight. Strange not, it would have been nice seeing you here. Was there's no Red Bulls on track. Couple of drivers tonight, Weza. Not only you. couple of guys couldn't make it due to other commitments. And seems several of them unfortunately working late tonight. Oh no, is a U2, that makes it the third or fourth guy at work. I mean, come on, it's only like 8:45 on a Friday evening to be at work. No man. But then again, you have to do what you have to do. Yeah, but unfortunately I don't watch the Sunday race. I'm not involved there. But you know what? It's better than nothing. All the best there for Sunday. What a nice way to bounce back. Hopefully we see you back here next Friday. Right, let's see what the gaff peak is doing here. Of course, looks like everybody's now on ultras, which will be understandable. Of course, you want to be on the softest compound, quickest tire, to get the best possible lap time. Because it's all about the position at this stage. And gaff peak goes, I would say provisional pole, but that's actually one of the slowest laps so far from all qualifying sessions. And this Max proves it. He goes 138.5. And TnB Wazi actually beat his that to 138.2. Here we go, this is the type of excitement we waited for. Winner 139.6. Force with a 140.4. I'm sure Gaff Peak will do another, will try to just keep it out and get some more time. Of course, first thing, keep it out of the barriers. Okay, that's a good turn. For Castle Corner, all good. Of course, so easy to get it wrong here. Oh, and he basically proves it. Luckily, no damage. Coming through the final sequence of corners onto the final stretch. Let's see what type of lap he's got done this time. Nah, and he's decided he's bailing out, coming into the pits. Maybe he did sustain a bit of damage there. Always difficult to pick up with a halo. Right, Y Racer is out on track. Ivan is also out again. Looks like he bailed on his first attempt. Now just putting it together again to have another go. Oh, and Venno actually retired. 139.6. See TnB Force, of course, teammate to TnB Wazi. Yeah, always remember that. You must learn to support your competition. You must study them, learn their weaknesses. But that's fine, all good. Those guys also need support. But nothing stops you from popping back and forth between the two. So hopefully we'll hear from you later. Gaff Peak now going out again. He might just hold back here. Not that he actually understands the meaning of that word. I actually never saw him hold back when he approaches any traffic on a fast lap. Might just be a good idea to hang back a little bit just to create some space. But of course it looks like it's his teammate right in front of him, and he probably expects his teammate to just pull over for him again. And Voss also looks like he thinks that's the best he can do, and he also retires. Thanks, boys. Yeah, there we go. Gafbik decided now, let his teammate get away. Of course, pole position tonight's going to be interesting. Pretty much TnB Wazi, Nismax and Gafbik. And don't count out Y-Racer either. Either now going third with a 139.3. As a team, but Toro Rosso's again tonight look like the hard favourites. And that is TnB Wazi now on his outlap as well. Of course, now with 3 minutes to go, this is now the last throw of the dice. Nesmax also looks like he's... No, actually not. Not blinking yet. Of course, he will just go for a very last dash, last minute, and just pop in that fastest possible lap that he can do. Y-Racer up to speed, last sequence of corners, now going to dash for the line. On the ultras. Now it looks like he's actually only starting his fast lap now. And out comes Nismax just ahead of him. Of course, Nismax will just move over to let him pass. Almost a bit of misunderstanding there between the two drivers. Gafbik now goes fastest over 138.2. But of course he's done a 0.26 versus Wazi's 0.29. Not a lot in it. Of course Wazi is out now going for it again. Building up for his fast lap. So he can gain that extra time as well. Hey, sorry Voss, but at least 6th position for now. You're in the last, guys. Of course it's now just to get a good start, keep it clean and make that strategy count. Gafbik actually going still. TnB Wazi actually not too far behind him. He's also now going through the castle corner section. Nice line. Y-Racer now in 4th position with a 139. Agree, Voss. The silver arrows look good tonight. Let's hope you guys build on that. Gafbik coming over. No, he doesn't improve, but he will be able to go for another lap. And Wazi goes faster, so 137.7. Now it's all about really Nismax. Because I saw Ivan diving in the pits. Yep. Y Racer, no, he's going slow. He's not going to improve any time. So it's all eyes on Nismax and Gav Peak on his last stint. Nismax now coming through Castle Corner. No. Well done, boys. Nicely done, Steph. At least in top 3. Go show him how you race now. Okay, Nismax now going into the third sector. Building up speed. It's all about keeping clean through the sequence of corners. Much speed as possible. Nismax now going for the line. Can he improve on his time? And Nismax actually stays in third position. He does see what gets. Oh, Gaffney clips the barrier just before he goes in the corners. Also coming for the line. Will he improve this time round? No, we don't, and that means TnB Wazi takes pole position with Gav Peak second and Nismax third. Well done, Wazi. Nice lap, mate. Right, this confirmation of your top 3. TnB Wazi on pole, with Gav Peak in second and Nismax in third. That concludes Q3. Now it's all about just everybody reading up and get that last bit of a race strategy going, and then we can be racing shortly. Right, just waiting for everybody now to set their last race strategy bit and reading up. We will have 10 starters. Of course, just to remind everybody watching, for those who joined, feel free to post your comments and be part of a conversation. Right, looks like Golux is ready, Vino's ready, Nismax is ready, Gaffpick is ready, Wazi is ready, Ivan ready, Golux ready, and everybody ready. There we go. Formation lap is a go. Of course, just the Baku was initially the replacement. It was initially known as the European Grand Prix, replacing Valencia. Of course, in 2016, when the inaugural F1 race was done, it was known as the European Grand Prix, but in 2017, it was actually held as the inaugural Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Just waiting for these guys to warm up, and of course last system checks. Looks like RZDV got the last place, which is very strange. And Force being disqualified there, looks like he ran into Mitcha. Or vice versa, both of them disqualified, but of course only a few corners remaining here. Nothing serious. Of course Rob starting on the super softs, he's going to go for a real long. Of course right at the back he just needs to keep his nose out of trouble. Get clean getaway. And if he can really push that, he can make that strategy count as the race unfolds. Of course 51 laps, anything can happen in 51 laps, and it usually does. Let's wait for the back markers to line up. Watch Wazi, of course, a pole position on the outside, Gav pick on the inside. Watch for the lights. 4, 5, and go! Looks like everybody getting a good getaway. Wazi on the outside. Oh, you're having a look. Oh, the Big Meta. Oh, there was contact. Big Meta really outbraked himself. Contact there. Falling right at the back, and he actually retired from the session. Wonder if Y-Racer picked up some damage there, because that seriously could have compromised him. Under real pressure now from Ivan. I was only Rob actually on those softs made up a couple of places, now running in 6. He's just behind Ivan now. Because if Yuri's got damage, Y-Racer got damage, and if he's going to keep Ivan at bay, that will actually allow Rob to catch up with him. But Y-Racer actually pulled away a bit now from Ivan. Maybe just went through a little sequence just to confirm if everything is okay. Now we're back to racing. Time at the front. Was he just under second ahead of Gav Peak, who's also just under second ahead. Oh, and Ty Golex now retires. Lap 1. Oh, safety car's out, safety car. Lap 1 completed and already 2 cars out. Ivan dived into the pits. Looks like he might have also been a victim. Got some damage. And he's actually going for ultra soft. Front wing. Of course, with a safety car out, he might not lose that much time. Maybe he could have just went for the softs and maybe ran a long strategy. So we'll just see how things work out for him. Currently he will now be in last position, but he will catch up to that pack. Safety car is out, of course. Oh, and TnB Wazi drive-through penalty, speeding under the safety car. Oh no, not something that you really want at this stage, especially not when it's so close at the front. Of course, the whole pack is still need to go around to catch up with a safety car. Now, was he really were gunning to get to that safety car? Not that he really had to, because once he gets to the safety car, there's only a certain maximum speed you can go. You can never go faster than the safety car, and that would have allowed the pack in anyway to catch up with him and be right on the back of him. Whereas I thought you want to support frustrating. Do I dare ask why it's frustrating? And by the way, Weza, you did actually miss an eventual, very eventful start. Because here we go, leaders now catching up with a safety car. Both Nismax and Gaffby kept it clean, no penalties there for them. Because that stop-go will put Wazik back and that will release Gaffby and Nismax. You only have a certain amount of laps to serve it, unfortunately. That seriously could have compromised his race. But of course, TnB he is a fighter, he'll never give up. Y-Racer now. Wow, Gaffbeek actually pitted. I actually missed that. Looks like he's now on the super soft. Sorry, on the soft. So he's definitely going to go for a long stint here. Surprising, because I didn't see him making any contact with anybody. And I mean, we're only on lap 3 now. He stopped at the end of lap 2. Going to go for the long stint, but still, maybe there's something that we don't know. But I'm not sure why he pitted so early. But ultimately releases Nismax to chase down Wazi. Of course, Wazi told to serve that penalty. Okay, safety car coming in this lap. Safety car in this lap. And meantime, RJDV actually worked himself up into 4th position. Of course, he's on the harder tire. Keeping it clean on the restart can actually really benefit him. Because he can really bring himself into contention here. DRS enabled now. Y-Racer on Nismax, Nismax on Wazi, very close, very close. Oh! Bit of contact there, but nothing serious by the looks of it. On the outside, Y-Racer. Oh, and Y-Racer outbrakes himself. Gaffbeek up to 6. Y-Racer now lost places all the way to the back. Some cars actually, some cars you can't hear the gear change. I thought this was fixed by Codemasters, and yet some other cars it's working perfectly. Nismax right with Wazi. RZDV just staying in contention there, of course. It's not really racing these guys with harder tires, of course, a whole different strategy at this moment. Both Mercs at the moment in the top 4. Vino looking solid in 5th, but of course then he's got the 2 racy Toro Rossos after him. I'm going to see what Gaffbeek obviously will try to make a move here. Vino running a bit wide, but of course this section is not really known for overtaking. You're really going to have to be brave. Of course, one misstep and you can really mess up your race. Gaffbeek lining up on the outside. Ugh, and it's like taking candy from a baby. Too easy. Why is he going fast as 145.2? Ooh, Gaffbeek aiming for those barriers. Oh, and Ivan getting on the inside of Gaffbeek as well as Vino. Vino taking the place back and Ivan actually moving his teammate. But, ooh, Vino pushing. Looks like he pushed Ivan a little bit wide there. Didn't leave him too much space there to go. And Ivan now actually outbraked him slightly and he's now back in last position. Because with that, Vino actually put himself now behind Gaffbeek. Again, Gaffbeek now up to 5th. And Force is actually ahead of Rob. Perhaps a mistake there. Of course, Gafbik is gaining on these guys. But he and Rob is both on the supers, on the softs. The softs of Rob actually did 2 laps more. Just we're riding with the leaders. Oh, and Nesmax having a much better drive out of the corner, going on the inside, and he takes Wazzy. That will release the Ferrari, of course, knowing that Wazzy still need to make that pit stop for that stop-go penalty. Which looks like he might serve now. Actually, no, he decides against it. Oh, there goes Wazzy. Wazzy actually disqualified from the session, ignoring the flag. Oh, that's Wazzy's race over. He should have come into the pits when served that penalty, but now unfortunately got disqualified. Oh, what a shame. Which was actually shaping up for a very interesting race at the front. And Ivan now in the pits, looks like he might have sustained some damage there. Also now on the soft. Y Racer now on the tail of Gafbik, who's behind Rob. Force running currently in a good second. Of course, if Nesmax can use this to his advantage. If Force actually holds the rest of the pack up, he can actually gain some time. And that's exactly what's happening. Nesmax already 6 seconds ahead of Force. Now with Wazzy out of the equation, he's free to run with no pressure. Hey, now it's the other way around. Force's cars actually now gearing up. Yeah, driving on board with Rob, actually just 1 ton. Quite eventful first 6 laps, 6-7 laps. A gap not increasing as quick as it did earlier. Was keeping it steady there in third for now. Rob back into third and Gafbik. It shows Gafbik was ahead, so there was surpassing, but Rob taking back the place. Ivan now lost serious time with that pit stop. Oh, Gafbik having a look here at Rob. It looks like this is going to be interesting. Rob and Gafbik. Gafbik looks like he's shaping him up. Of course, opening. Is he going to go on the inside again like he did on Vino earlier? Gafbik now with the DRS, immediately you can see the difference it makes. Going on the outside. Will he gain enough to dive on the inside and cut? And he actually managed to pass Rob. He's clear, well clear of Rob. But now Rob will have a DRS for the next session. Nismax now 7.3 seconds clear of Vos. Because if Vos can just keep his concentration high versus some good points here up for grabs here. And hello to Wazzy.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, for a guy who just got disqualified, you sound very happy.
Yeah, typical Codemasters glitch. Can't fight that.
What happened there? Didn't you add like another lap or so to go before you should have served it?
Yeah, I thought so as well. I had 2 laps actually, but not according to the code. I don't even know where I got the penalty from, to be honest, but yeah, well.
Well, on this side it showed you were speeding under the safety car while you guys were still catching up with a safety car. We're on lap 2. And then it shows a penalty here for speeding under safety car. So now with that penalty, of course, that jeopardized you. And now, of course, the glitch, no pitting in time, disqualified. That's never nice if a glitch affects your race. Damn it.
Yeah, it happens, but...
And Gafpeak now overtakes Force. Gafpeak into the second place, 8 seconds behind. Obviously, he will now chase after Nismax. It looks like it's going to be another Gafpeak Nismax battle for this win.
Yeah. I'm actually quite glad I got out of the way of these gents, so they can have a proper battle.
And of course we saw a couple of races with him.
Awesome.
Force looking good. If he can just keep it together, keep his head clear.
Yeah, he was pretty quiet in the potty chat there, so the guys are sweating hard. So good to see.
And Rob worked himself up to 4 from last place. He's really bringing himself also into contention here.
Yeah.
Of course, Gafpeak might go a little bit slower on the harder tires, but of course he can take them much further. So quite interesting.
Yeah. Rob also on the harder tires, interesting. So, well, they can go deep into this race. I don't think they'll be able to do the one stop.
No.
It's possible, but it's stretching. It's going
to be it's going to be tough. I mean, last thing you want here, especially in the last sector, you don't want to have 2 worn tires because you can so easily run into the barriers here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be Rob. Oh, Rob lost it. Rob lost it.
I don't know.
Rob lost it. As we're talking about that section, if you're going to come around and you're on worn tires, and Gafpeak goes fastest on the soft tires. Rob diving into the pits. This is going to be a new front wing.
Yeah, it compromises his strategy as
well. And a 5-second stop penalty coming in too fast.
Yeah.
Oh, he just too hot around that sequence of corners, like we were just talking about. If you mess it up there, you're in the barriers. I think he was lining up Force there for a pass, tried to carry too much speed there, and actually lost it, and the rear end stepped out and into the barriers. But he resumes now in 6th position, going out on the super softs. And we're only on lap 10 out of 51, still a long way to go. I think the guys in tier 2 might be sweating as well, because stuff is very quiet, you're not hearing from the guys. And I had Weza actually commenting earlier, he's back, because it's too frustrating to watch this, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Hey, you're leading! What happened to Ronald?
Well done. Well done. Just keep it on track.
Okay, Staffy, we'll keep you quiet. Focus on your race. We don't want to compromise you. Don't mind us.
Johanna, I'll join you now.
No problem.
Open the gate. Open the gate at the back, yeah.
No, cool stuff. Gafpeak in this max, that gap still just over 8 seconds. Y Racer now 3 seconds behind Gav Peak. Gav Peak really also pulling away now from the rest of the field. This is shaping out to gonna to a 2-horse race again. Thanks for that, Wes. Yes, that might be possible. Didn't look as much. I didn't see anything from my side, but I definitely saw Rob lining him up. I think Rob wanted to carry as much speed as possible as well to take him, because Rob was definitely the fastest car. He had a much better drive also out there. So yeah, interesting. We'll have to wait and see afterwards what went on there. Of course, once again, the only team with 2 cars is the Toro Rossos. Yeah, a bit of mistakes as well. Of course, at the moment, Ivan only in 7th, but there's only 7 races remaining. And of course, it's all about just keeping it steady and score those points. Every point at the end of the season will help. Oh, probably a disconnect. But of course, Staffy won't shed a tear. That gives him a better chance for that win, all-important win. We may actually have a different winner tonight in T2. Unless Ronald somehow comes back and regain that control of his car. But of course, sometimes by the time it happens, that car's also further back the grid by some distance. And then that big fight back starts again. Force 14 seconds behind Vino, who's 6 seconds behind Y Racer. Y Racer falling back to Gaffey. Gaffey took a bit of time out of Nesmax. Of course, Nesmax already 11 laps on those tyres, and being the softer compound, they won't last as long. Ivan 4 seconds off Rob. Say again? Okay, cool stuff. Now obviously it's just about being able to regain your car, to regain that control. Who's second there at the moment, Steph? Sorry? Ah, so what? Springbok Gamer third. Third. Ah. Oh, yeah, because that's why I suspected he might be there, knowing that the 3 of you ultimately were those top 3 after Q3. Gaffby goes fastest again, 143.9. Gap now just 7.5 seconds to Nesmax. He's really now getting the feel for his car, and actually those tyres are now switched on. At the moment, no real battles. Vino now coming into the pit. 12 laps on those super softs, and he's going to go for the softs. Too early for one stopper, so he will definitely have to pit again. But he's going to stretch this one a bit. Of course, just as this track came about back in December 2013, of course, the then F1 President and CEO Bernie Ecclestone suggested that the race be run in 2016. But later said that because of the Korean Grand Prix organizers were in breach of contract, it would move to 2015. However, in July 2014 it was announced that the race's debut would be delayed until 2016. So it was pushed as a possible replacement back then in 2015 for the Korean Grand Prix, but only appeared on the calendar since 2016. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, it was first known as the European Grand Prix, and a year later it became known as the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. But still here with Ivan, now falling further back to Rob. Rob made some time on Vos. I think this might be the next battle. These two gonna go at it again. Rob took some more time and he's actually gaining more on Vos now. Well, Vos actually in the pits again. That will hand Rob that 4th position. Vos now falling to 6. He's also now on the softs. Ooh, I don't know, I hope it's not the commentator's curse again, but these Mercs really looked good earlier. But of course we already got TnB was out of a race, and now Force actually falling all the way to the back. Rob a good 25 seconds off, while Racer is now 6 seconds off Gavbeek. For the moment it looked like the gap between Nismax and Gavbeek stabilized at 7.5. Hey, don't tell me, blue flag glitches. Okay, Gavbeek took a bit of time out, and in the process also moved away from Y-Racer. Ivan just over 6 seconds behind Rob, and Vino of course just under 7 seconds behind him. Force made up a little bit of time, gap now under 10 seconds to Vino in the N6 position. That looks like everybody pretty much settled now. Nothing really happening at the moment position wise, or anyone stalking anyone else. Force gaining there on Vino, gap is coming down. Ivan looks like he's also gaining on Rob, gap is now hovering at 6, just under 6. Gavbeek still getting away from Y-Racer, but the gap still around about 7.5 between him and Nismax. Gavbeek lost a bit of time now to Nismax, gap at 7.7 now. meantime, Rob actually opened up a gap to him and Ivan. It's now just at the 6.5 mark. Vino 6.5 behind Ivan. And Force now under 8 seconds behind Vino. Okay, gap to between Gapik and Nesmax opening up to 7.8 now. Okay, I just got some news, and Steph here from Tier 2 will probably jump up and down if he could. Looks like Ronald will not be racing further there tonight. He cannot reclaim his car. I thought as much, Steph. Just hang in there, Steph. Concentrate. You can do it. Yeah, no, he said he still got his ghost in second position, but he cannot reclaim that car. Okay, gap to between Nesmax and Gapik opened up to 8.1. Gapik opened up the gap to Y Racer to just under 10. Rob still 25 seconds behind third placeman Y Racer. Ivan now still at the 6.3, 6.2 mark, so it's not that Rob really getting away from him. Vino still 7 seconds behind Ivan. Force actually got the gap to Vino now to under 5. Force really trying to catch up with that Renault now. Of course, just want to try to see what tires Force has got now. Well, from that shot it looks like front tires is ultras and the rear is soft. But of course if you look at the stop, he might have actually put on soft. But again, from that angle again, look like front tires on the ultras and rears on the soft. Imagine you could do this. I don't think Ronald will get that race credit, because you must at least drive 80 to 90% of a race. looks like Voss. Oh, that's Voss. Voss is out of a race. Saw him make contact with a barrier, losing parts, and then just go straight into the barrier. And Rob actually were behind him. Rob actually pitted again by the looks of it. Rob now in 6th position, which is now also last position. So both Mercs again, no points for Merc. From looking really good at the start to both cars out of a race. Not a good season for Merc.
Back, Johan. Sorry for leaving you like that.
Well, so I've got some bad news for you.
I just heard Voss went out, yeah.
I mean, from a good Merc actually looked good at the start of it. I mean, if you look at qualifying, everything with you, pole position, he looked good. I mean, at one stage, both of you were in the top 4. When you retired, you even went as high as 2nd.
Yeah.
Well, yet again, yet a double no finish for Merc.
Yeah,
oh boy.
That's racing. You can't always have it all your own way.
Still 31 laps remaining, and we down to only 6 runners.
Yeah, the turnout tonight is quite disappointing, actually.
And it's not that guys really didn't want to, it's just that most of the guys for some reason tonight have to work. Always sad to work this time of night on a Friday night.
It's working, it's family. I mean, myself, I don't think I would have finished this race. I just let my family in the house, so I would have ghosted and obviously not do so well. But anyway, it happens.
Life happens.
Can't put life on hold.
Of course, if you take that in consideration, that's why we're only taking the top 8 out of the 10 races. So each driver's best 8 races will count towards his points.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing. The race between Nismax and Gavin isn't over.
Definitely not. That gap opened up to 8 seconds, and yet Gav now managed to bring it down to just over 6 seconds.
He's within the 6 seconds.
Y Racer pitted now. He's 28 seconds behind, but he's still a good 18 seconds ahead of Ivan.
Yeah, but I think he's good to go to the end. I believe. I think the one stop is possible.
Yes, he's possible. With that soft, he's possible. I think Y Racer looks good for a 3rd position, but I don't want to speak too soon. Commentators curse.
Yeah, the safety car letting some of the guys pit early just jumbled up the strategies a little bit, but Gavin, he's pulling in the time,
and Rob goes fastest, 143.1.
If he can keep a consistent pace, Nismax stopping, he'll fall behind. If Gavin can stay ahead and do that, will stop. Possibly, I think he'll go into softs, but he'll be quicker.
But Nismax now done the most amount of laps on that super softs, 20 laps already. What I meant with 15 is I see Ivan already on 15, and Nismax actually coming into the pits now.
Yeah, I thought so.
Gavpeak will be going. There we go. Gavpeak actually then goes into the lead for the first time in this race.
Gavin should stretch this to lap. What's it? 50.
Nismax now out on soft.
30.
Of course, Gavpeak done already 19 laps. We're shaping up. We're shaping up in we pretty much get the same type of scenario we had with the previous race between these two.
Yeah, definitely, and hopefully we get the finish we were robbed of.
Yes,
in the previous race.
And you know what? With only 6 runners here, I don't see any real back markers getting in their way. This time it's going to be all out racing. And there's no ghost cars on track either.
Just keep monitoring the gap. Gavin should try keep that above the 10 seconds at least until that 28:30. Dive into the pits, jump onto the softs. He will come out about 10 to 15 seconds behind, but you'll have the superior pace. And judging by the looks of it, Gavin not doing bad.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Must-
Oh, and Vino now retires. And we lose yet another driver. We're down to 50% of our drivers who started. Oh, and Vino in a very peculiar place.
Fortunately, I can't see where he is.
Looks like he might have lost it just after that first DRS section. Into that first turning, going into that left turn after that first DRS zone.
Gavin pushing this Honda. I'm just watching how he's driving, and he's giving it plenty in the corners. Running wide here, it's getting out of shape a little bit here and there. He's pushing hard.
But he's actually doing not too bad. Well, at least he claimed that this is not one of his favorite tracks, but so far so good.
Yeah, no, he's in it with the shot. He's in it with the shot.
Gap staying at 12 seconds for now. Okay, Nesmax took out a bit of time. Yeah, gap is now starting to come down.
Yeah, like I said, if he can manage it until 10 seconds.
There we go, gap down to 12 seconds. Nesmax got that softs now up to temperature and working.
It's not time to panic.
Nah, still more than enough. There's still more than half of a race left.
Indeed. And of course, he's going down. You're not doing a bad job.
No, he's keeping it solid in third.
Position.
Of course, there's always the possibility of the two front runners tripping over each other, and he can walk away with a race win.
Possibly another safety car. You never know. You never know what can happen.
Staying here on board a bit with Nismax. Yeah, gap now going under 11 seconds. He's really now getting these softs to work.
This is where it really catches up is through the castle section. If you've got newer rubber against older rubber, it's always where you gain the most time is through the slower stuff.
Correct. And of course, remember the old saying, the slower you look, the faster you're actually going.
If I calculate quickly in my head, just looking at the gap, he pulled 0.6 of a second back in that one sector alone. It's going quickly. I think Gavin is considering.
Ooh, gap is now really dropping. Yes, under 10 seconds. Gavin, here we go. Gap pick now decided enough's enough. He puts. That will actually see Nesmax reclaiming the lead. Nesmax now on that straight. Gap pick only now in his box.
He's going on the super softs. He started on the supers and he jumped onto the softs.
Yes, but this is going to be really a push. This is going to be like 26, 27 laps to do on those. That's going to be a really big ask. I mean, Nesmax did 20 on his super softs when he came in. So now I think Gav Peak will have to stop again.
He did 22. He did 22 laps, Nesmax. But it's easier to do more laps in the second half of the race because of the track being rubbered in and so forth. So it's possible. He's gonna be a little bit slow at the end, but
yes.
Well, let's have a look.
And staff still hanging on in first place in tier 2.
That's fantastic.
Ronald, of course, couldn't reclaim his car.
Oh, Gavin just tapping the wall there. Doesn't look like he's got damage. Oof. I just got feedback from my teammate saying
And
it's very unfortunate and he apologizes, but don't smoke and drive because he burned a hole in his crotch area.
again. And of course, next move, Aina, and that will put any man into the barriers.
Yeah. No,
Wow, Gaff peak now, obviously on the faster tyre, but that tyre doesn't have endurance like the soft, so he will obviously take some time. And we got another yellow out.
Who's that for?
Oh, I don't see any real funny stuff on track. No, it's all clear. And again.
Oh, there's again. Who's in sector 3? We've got one of the Toro Rossos coming in. It's IGH.
Yeah, Ivan coming in for a pit.
He had a little bit of
a mishap.
Excursion. Anyway, Gavin getting that like under 7 seconds now. So he is flying at the moment. Not a big difference between the two tires, but Max doing 4, Gavin on 1. So I expect it to be like half a second a lap or so, but he's pulling out more. He's almost under 6 at the moment, so Gavin giving it the beans. Yeah, but like you mentioned, unfortunately, some of the usual suspects on the top of the grid, DW, Muna, unfortunately can't race tonight, which is sad to see. Because I think mixing another 2 cars in this battle would have really spiced it up a little bit.
Definitely. See, it's actually only Gaffpick now on the soft, on the super soft. We've got pretty much 3 runners on soft, and looks like Rob is on ultras.
Yeah, Rob is a little bit out of sync. He'll probably have to stop again. But
and he's already 37 seconds behind Y Racer. I can't see him catching the top 3. Y Racer's only 14 seconds over 2 leaders. Pretty much can have a battle for 1 and 2. I think the 3rd place is pretty much as is, unless something seriously goes wrong for somebody.
Kevin rubbing the wall again.
He's very close to the barriers tonight on several occasions.
He's pushing. And if he can, I can tell you one thing. Seeing, especially at the start of the race and previous races I had here, it is nigh on impossible keeping a car behind you if they're within the DRS.
Correct. And we saw it. I actually were on board with him earlier. As soon as that DRS flips open, you can see the difference it makes.
It is, but if you look at Gavin now on his telemetry, he's got absolutely no battery power, and that's another thing hard to manage. With Max looking at him, he's got.
And of course, another thing, if you look at this last sector, that last section of corners, always tricky. You don't want to push too hard there and lose the car, which Rob came so close to do. Luckily for him, it was just front wing damage. But I must give it to you as well. In quali, you also make contact with that barrier, But clever enough, you lifted off. Because imagine if that rear wheels kept spinning, you could have so easily ended up in the other part of a barrier, and that
Oh,
could have
yes,
been
yes, yes,
retirement.
yes. Then in Q1, yeah,
Oh,
I was trying
now
to
nicely
push
kept
for too
together
much.
there. Rather going to the pits, get a new wing, but you can still participate in quali, because once you retire, that's it. Goodbye quali.
Yeah,
But nicely done for you there earlier.
yeah, I felt I had good pace. I had consistency as well. I took like 2, 3 lap stints, and I was just going quicker and quicker, and it felt good. The car felt brilliant, but
Always sad if it feels
yeah,
good, and then yeah.
I didn't plan for a safety car. Safety car screwed me over
I
a
don't think
little bit,
anybody
but
did. A
yeah,
lot of you guys fell victim, but you were the worst victim, of course, top go penalty.
this season, I look forward just to take 1 or 2 wins, just to mix it up with these two. But ultimately, I
Yeah,
think the
exactly. Just make
championship
it interesting.
battles between these two guys, and for me to bow out when I did, I wasn't disappointed. That meant I could watch this, because this is
Uh,
like a 300 km per hour chess match going on here, and it's brilliant to watch.
and again, it's just a 2 horse battle here. You would have actually had it. It's always nice to have a 3 or 4 horse race.
Yeah, like I said, it's missing a couple of the quicker guys, which is unfortunate, but hey, like we said, life happens, you can't always control everything, but I'm sure in future we'll have that one there's always that one TnB spectacular race in the season. Nobody ever knows what race, but it
It
always
just
happens,
happens.
so it will come. I'm confident it will come. Gavin getting that gap down, it's quite
Yes,
visible
now
now.
under 4 seconds, but in doing so, he's also getting away from wire race, so that gap's almost 20 seconds now.
This makes also just rubbing a couple of walls, trying to push now.
Ah, I started to
I'm
feel the
pretty sure
pressure there from Gav Peak.
he's feeling the pressure, and he would ultimately not know what Gavin is doing. Is he two
No,
stopping? Is he one
you would just want
stopping?
to push to get away from Gav Peak.
The safety car that ran a couple of laps at the start really it messes with your mind a little bit, not knowing you pit, don't you pit, what do you do? And I mean, those 2 laps extra can mean extra 5 laps at the end
Yes.
that you can do. So I think Gavin will be safe on tire life. He'll make it to the end. What his pace is going to be, I don't know, but his focus will be to get in front of Miss Max and give
Yes.
himself a fighting chance.
And from there, just to try to stay in front.
And yeah, he definitely. I'm not close to my monitor at the moment. I can't see the times, but I can see Gavin getting closer and closer in the background there. And of course, these two battling for the championship. It's obviously the Gavin's been in a championship battle that he lost narrowly to DW last season, but you know, if one of these two guys take the championship, it's their first one, so it's also gives that extra little bit of oomph. They really giving it everything. Ooh, this Max again wide in castle
Really, oh,
section.
that gap is now under 3 seconds. Ooh, we can have a
He's
close
pushing and
battle
he's
soon.
battling.
Sorry, but these guys going to get a lot of airtime tonight, but this is where the real battle is.
Yeah, this is racing. It's not the side by side stuff always. It's trying to get yourself in a position to fight, to catch up and fight. And this makes he's quite clever with his battery. I can see. Gavin Wilson.
Oh, tier 2 now on a safety car. Oh boy, when do you see that? But some 2 tiers have a safety car on the same track. Who's out? How many cars are you guys left with, Steph? Okay. Oh, but Ghost is still hanging there, but that's not going to count anything because he did less than 80% of a race himself.
Yeah, no, I spoke to Ronald a little bit in the body chat, and he was like, I'm still on the podium. It's like, it doesn't help, but you have to complete at least 80% of the race.
Otherwise, anybody can just start for a race and go press options and Ghost.
Just Ghost
Ooh, Gap now under 2 seconds. Gapik is now really making life hard for Nismax.
Nismax struggling in the rear end of this Ferrari.
Yes, doesn't really like the soft.
The skinny wings, but in the slow stuff in the castle section, he's really
and Y Racer makes a mistake, outbrakes himself.
Yes.
And that's in the same space. That's the same space that cost his race actually when he had that incident early in the race where he also had to outbrake himself here.
I'm just trying to see what's the top speeds of the cars.
I think that's also where Force retired, so that was a very eventful corner in this race. Of course, that's the first corner as you come out of a pit lane.
324. Oh, Gavin is so close. He's almost in
and
the
Ivan actually also gained on Y Racer now as a result of that. But of course, that's the real race is still here in the front.
Yeah, I can't keep my eyes off it. Gavin, so almost in DRS.
But of course, it's also
just interesting to see that the top speeds down the straight. I thought Nismax will have superior top end. Just seems like he's struggling. I thought he's running this wing, but there's only 1 kilometer difference.
Ooh, Ivan now under 2 seconds behind Y Racer. There will also be a DRS shortly. Yeah, it's under a second now. Commentator curse has struck. All of a sudden that third place is not so confirmed. Ivan will now get DRS. Ivan really coming down on Y Racer. Will he pop on the inside? Will he have a look? A late launch? No, he thinks for better if it decides against it. But of course he will have DRS again.
Main straight, yeah, we've got Gavin.
Oh, Gavpik will also now have DRS. Oh, keeps it clean through the last section of corners. Now it will just be racing forward line.
The slipstream. Go on.
Here we go, DRS wide open. See Gavpik. Gavpik going to go on the inside. Oh, and Nismax cuts him off. But he should have enough. Oh, Gav going a bit wide, but he did enough. He's got it. But now Nismax, of course, will have a DRS in this section.
Yeah, let's just have a look. How far back he is. Crappy camera angle I've got here, but anyway.
Riding on board you with Nismax for now.
Nismax will obviously try to keep in that second.
Definitely stay on Gavpik.
Outside the second. And the big question is, how much pace will he have towards the end?
Of course, Gavpik's got the quicker tyre, but of course it's going to start falling off in the next few laps. And then these softs will come to Nismax, so it's just for Nismax to hang in there.
Yeah, Gavin trying to break this 1 second barrier. Nismax still in it.
Gavpik actually, Nismax actually staying with Gavpik.
Ooh, Gavpik
again.
A little bit of a mistake, so that
actually brought Nismax right on him. Nismax can just keep it clean, have a good drive out of this sequence of corners. Yeah, this time round he will have DRS. Gavpik already diving onto the inside. DRS right open. Yeah, Gavpik is weaving here trying to avoid the slipstream. But he must be careful. He must be careful of over weaving.
Late braking over. Oh, nice. Late on the brake. Keeping it in front. Obviously, there's another DRS zone which we are in now.
One thing
This
that's saving
keeps
Gap
gaining.
Big here is because he's got the softer tyre.
Brilliant to see. Good mates off the track, these two.
Ivan now falling
Good
back
see
to
them.
Y Racer, but Rob actually gaining on Ivan.
I wonder what Y Racer can do.
Oh, Gappy makes a
This
mistake, runs wide. That will put Nesmax right on him. Nesmax can have a look. Oh, right on him, right on him. Gappy just managed to recover enough to keep it in front.
Is there any damage? Can't see.
He just ran wide. Came close to the barrier this time round again, but he manages to keep it clean, keep it out. Nesmax again just have to have a nice clean drive through this last sequence of corners. That will be DRS for him again. But he's just too far back. But DRS will pop up.
Quite quickly. He needs to pump it into overtake.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go. Oh, looks almost like Gavin is lagging a bit there. From a brief moment looked like he slowed down just to speed up again.
On my side it looked quite good.
Looks like Ivan made a mistake. That gap all of a sudden is 3 seconds to Y Racer.
Nesmax not pumping the battery up to its potential.
No, it's not really opening up.
Saving.
I mean, he would need to. Oh, Gap Big again goes. Oh, how he recovered that. Yo. Nesmax is not pushing, like you say, he's not really pushing his car too much.
Ooh.
Oh, and he made contact there. He definitely got more than enough battery power there.
I don't think he wants to go past.
Not sure at this stage.
He's pushing Gavin just to use his tires more than he wants.
That would be a clever strategy because those tires not going to last that long. And then stay in his slipstream when the right time passing. Because he could have easily maxed up the power of his battery, have a DRS open, and he could have made a move on Gavin.
Yeah. And still he isn't. And Gavin's battery is almost, he's burning it up.
Gavin now stays on the inside. Nesmax is just again too far behind.
Your car coming out of the pits there.
Yes, I hope I stay clear. I hope I stay, see these guys coming. Just coming for back marker Ivan now.
Well done, Ivan.
Well done, Ivan. Nice awareness, knowing the leaders are behind you.
Oh, let's say obviously Ivan will be a little bit quicker than these.
Rob now 10 seconds behind Y Racer. Ivan 21 seconds behind Rob.
These gents using every single inch of track.
Hey.
Yeah, I think Nesmax's soft tires are superior at the moment at this point of the race. Yeah, Gavin's struggling for traction. You can see
yes, it really looks like Nesmax now is actually closer to Gapik this time around. Looks like Nesmax is actually just controlling this.
Yeah,
and this time he's really now, he's going to gain, he's now just staying, he's gaining, he's got the slipstream, DRS is going to open now. It's already on Gapik before the DRS will give him it, this time he will definitely sling past him. Yep,
Gavin
and as
ducking
clean
back
as a
into the
whistle.
slip.
Nismax now back
Well
in the
done,
lead.
James.
But of course this time around Gapik is gonna have DRS.
DRS, yeah.
Of course Nismax got the older tyres, but
Nice
having
hit.
the harder tyres, the tyre also will last longer than the soft.
Oh, here we
Gapik's
go.
gonna have a
Gavin
look on the inside. Oh, ooh.
Yes, good pass there.
Gapik really brave, really brave here. But of course, again, pushing his tyres to the limit. 12 laps already on the super soft, and the last time he did super soft he stopped on a lap 12 after 12 or 13 laps on them. Nesmax having a look on the inside. Ooh, this guy's really gonna go in for it. Gonna be a very exciting. Of course, don't know if you know, Azzy, but again, the famous F1 architect did it again. This track is also the work. Oh, there was damage. There was damage. Riding on board here with Nesmax, you could definitely see some pieces of bodywork flying off.
Yeah, no, he outright himself.
And this should be a repeat of the last lap. This should be. Yep, here we go. Nesmax gaining on him in the slipstream before DRS even.
Yeah, Kevin should pull
DRS straight open, going on the inside.
No, he's sticking with it.
Actually, yeah, because Nesmax not really pushing his car. Gaffby keeping it. Ah, these guys start getting drops. Of course, before that happened, there was he, as I was saying, this track actually anti-clockwise layout is actually also designed by well-known architect Herman Tilke. And how many times did I mention that name this season? It's actually what a lot of people don't know. A lot of the F1 tracks' current layouts was designed by Herman Tilke.
Yeah, he's like the Chuck Norris of tracks, that man.
I agree with you there. He definitely he designs good tracks.
Yeah, just out of my head, I know he did Malaysia, which is off the calendar.
I mean, if we look at Japan, he was involved there with current layout. Even Abu Dhabi, he was involved as well. And he even hinted that they want to relook Abu Dhabi to encourage more overtaking. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, Gavin knocks the wall a little bit again. He's like a dog with a bone.
He's really not best friends with that wall at the moment.
This makes should bump the battery
Elsewhere gaps now. Rob still 10 seconds behind Y Racer, not gaining. Ivan now 23 seconds behind Rob. Y Racer over a minute behind these guys, so it's still just these guys. Nesmax now going on the outside. Oh, and we got a yellow flag, sector 3. No, clear. Oh no, Steph.
Oh dear.
Glitch. Of course, this circuit was also projected to be the fastest street circuit in the world, with a top speed close to 360 kilometers per hour. And as I mentioned earlier, it is the second longest F1 circuit. Of course, the only circuit longer is Spa-Francorchamps.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Johan. I'm quite impressed, you know, seeing what happened last week, just to mention. Ivan obviously having superior pace on the leaders on his new tyres, but he's keeping his nose out of this battle.
Yes, he definitely doesn't want anything to do with us. Yes, you want to make name for yourself, but don't make it your fight if it's not your fight.
Yeah, no, respecting the lads up front there. Good to see. This makes bump up the battery, boyki.
Come Nismax, you have a battery power, push it, push it. Go in slipstream,
Hey,
DRS open, here we go, he's diving on the inside. And he made sure Gaffbeak can't come back on the inside there. At the last possible moment he dived on the inside, cutting Gaffbeak off there. Well done there, Nismax, nice awareness. But now Gaffbeak again will, and that's back, that back stepped out there. Not good.
Nismax's tires also on 18 laps, it's also not the freshest.
Don't be surprised if both of these guys come in with only like 12 laps to go, put on the set of ultra softs and really go for it.
I'm just thinking, why
Ivan now actually gained. Y Racer is down to 4th. Rob got promoted to 3rd place. And Ivan is only 8.9 seconds behind Y Racer, who's now 14 seconds behind Rob. Still these guys to look at. Of course, looking at a new track, when a new track comes in, it's always about trial and error. Because right back in 2016 when this race started, of course, I don't know if you recall, I actually recall this, there was a lot of complaints about drain covers and stuff that's not securely bolted. Well, actually at the 2016 Grand Prix, tyre supplier Pirelli found that 90% of the rear tyres used in free practice had been cut by bolt securing curbs to the ground. 90%. And of course it's cut because the bolt was never drilled fully into the ground. So there was also obviously parts of a bolt sticking out which ended up cutting those tyres.
Okay.
And of course, who will forget the 2017 race, where Vettel actually deliberately ran into Lewis Hamilton after accusing Lewis Hamilton of brake checking him.
Yeah.
Of course, under that safety car. And of course, that's the same race where Lance Stroll took his first and only podium, set for 2nd place, and then right at the last moment Valtteri Bottas overtook him to the rundown to the start finish line to claim the 2nd position.
Baku always dishes up
yes. Oh yes.
Talking about a good race, I am super impressed that Kevin's being able to keep that Toro Rosso in front of that Ferrari. I thought after that wing damage it was a little bit hopeless, but like I said, he's like a dog with a bone, he's running with it.
And I actually got some insight from another racer earlier who complained once the wing is gone, it's not the easiest track to drive.
Nah.
Gaffbeak just staying clear well enough of Nismax. But yeah, Nismax now, and why Racer goes fast is 142.0. Nismax now really gaining on Gaffbeak, diving on the outside, having a look.
But still not using all of his battery.
No, and Nismax actually, but he just managed to get past this time.
This is where he needs to bump up his battery. Stay in front.
Oh, both of them going a bit deep there. And Nismax actually got a better drive out there, and he's actually, yeah, much better drive. So this time the DRS is not going to help Gaffbeak.
Well,
maybe this is the break that Nismax were looking for.
Yeah. Let's see if he can get out of the DRS by the home finish straight.
Of course, one thing that was different about this year's Azerbaijan Grand Prix was a lot earlier on the calendar than compared to other seasons. I mean, last time round it was like the 7th, 8th race on the calendar. This year it was the 4th race on the calendar. Of course, reason for that, it was actually pushed forward to avoid clashing with the celebrations for the centenary of the Azerbaijan Republic.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was centenary, so yeah, and as a result the race got pushed forward. But so far from releases for next year, it looks like this track is actually staying for on the calendar. And Y Racer goes even faster, 141.5. He's now on the Ultra Soft. And Gaffpig having a look now again, going on the inside. There we go, makes it stick.
Yeah.
Oh, and he runs wide, he runs wide. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Did he make contact with the wall?
I just caught it a little too late, but it looks like he managed to get away.
Let's just try to look at his front wing. No, he's lost the whole.
Yeah, he lost it. That gap is
wing.
now way over 1 second. Maybe versus really what Nesmax was waiting for. Now he's going to push it.
Yeah, if I was Gavin, just play it safe. Go into the pit.
Get a new wing, get new tires. But what I wanted to say, looking at Y Racer on the Ultra Softs, I can't see why not these guys would consider. If they keep an eye on that, see the times that he's actually been posting now. It might actually be in the back of a month to also go Ultra Soft. I mean, we're under 10 laps remaining,
yeah,
and I mean with these tires coming towards the end of their life, have a quick pit, go for softer tires and really push.
Oh, that's a question of does he have?
If I were Nismax, I would pit, even if I don't really need to, just to counter Gaff at this stage, because Gaff will really have to pit now with that wing. Because continue like this is really going to cost him, because he's already lost a second there, more than a second on this lap.
Pit stop 20-25 seconds.
Oh, comes close to the barrier again.
Already got this 30 seconds. You would, I mean, there's less than 10 laps.
Maybe public lobbies. Will always be somebody there. And Gaff big pits. He decides that's it. Yep. He's not going to continue with this wing.
Smart move.
I suspect he's going to come out on ultras.
I hope he has.
He can really go to the end on ultras.
Yeah, he's got soft.
Goes for super soft.
Yeah, it's probably the only set of new tires
that he's got left. That's also yes. Of course, now on a fresher rubber, he can really make a go. But again, like I say, if I were Nismax, I won't try to continue to the end of the race. Yeah, there's only like 7 laps remaining, but being on fresher tires, Gaffpey can really push those 7 laps and make use of it. And by the end of it, his tires will still be fresher than Nismax, so he can really put Nismax under pressure. So to counter this, Nismax will have to stop. Just to play it safe.
I think it's a bridge for you will have to catch like 5 seconds a lap almost type of thing, which is it's just too much.
Well, if you can bring the gap down with 3 seconds a lap, that will actually make Nismax consider. But he's definitely on the, because he's on the softer, he's on the faster tire and a new set.
Well, I think Gavin will be risking more than what Nismax is trying to push hard. I think we'll probably just cruise to the end. The gap's still 26. And it was 28.
Oh, Gaffpey again touching that barrier. I guess after tonight we can really call that the Gaffpey corner.
Yeah. No, he's obviously giving it everything, and that's what I thought.
Gap already down under 27 seconds.
You'll be the one making the mistake, so yeah. It was a brilliant battle while it lasted. It was a
while it lasted
15 to 20 laps of battling. So well done to the guys. This is Max taking this one, but I believe Gavin will still be leading the championship after this. I'm not even sure what track is after this one. I think it's Spain, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know.
Probably Circuit de Catalunya. It is actually Spain. And then with Mother Russia.
I would like to get them amongst the leads. in Spain, hopefully.
Yay, that's good. Yeah, I see Ronald is actually encouraging Casper's Ghost, but that's not going to help him anything. Because it doesn't matter where that Ghost ends, it's not going to give him. Okay, gap now down to 24.7 and still dropping. Gasping now really going to use his new rubber to his advantage.
Yeah, with the broken wing, he's still quicker, but like I said, this is all about risk and reward now. I don't think it's too much point in pushing too hard, especially with the broken wing. You don't want a DNF now.
Correct. Rob now actually under a second behind these guys, under a minute. Gaff Peak now goes fast as 141.1. And Rob back on course where he was earlier, set for a possible podium. I never, even if he had no issues early in the race, I never saw him higher than third, not while Nismax and Gaff Peak were going at it.
He also had a little bit of a harder start.
But that's why I say, if things went well for him earlier, even if he didn't have an incident, I can't see him going ahead of the two leaders at the moment.
No.
Oh, and yellow flag. Oh, and as we say it. Ah. And looking at him, it happens. Oh no, saying, you know, singing his praises and off he goes. You know, me was just shut up. The commentator cursed right again. Singing his praise, getting back to third position. He was set actually for a podium earlier in the race until things went slightly pear-shaped, and he actually brought it back to podium just to go out with only like 5 laps remaining. That promotes Ivan to 4th position and only 4 races left. Of course, Toro Rosso will be smiling because both of their cars will score solid points here. France Stotts, of course, will be over the moon.
In the middle of the race, getting back to third, and hold on to the man.
Ivan 20 seconds behind Wild Racer, but he will just keep it there. Okay, now I think you're right now. I mean, 4 times 3, 4 times 5 is like 20 seconds. So if that means Gaff will have to go like at 5 seconds a lap.
I mean,
and that's what's really happening now.
From lap 41 till now, being 30 seconds and only 23 call it now. So yeah, Nismax having a cruise but not being slow at all. So
no, although the gap's coming down, Gavin, he's just controlling it.
Yeah, obviously with Gavin risking it and knocking his front wing, I saw that coming. But it doesn't take away from the race. These two
no.
The show for us today.
These two. At least we got what we were hoping for last week.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately not many drivers turning up. The few that we did have class driving from all of them except myself.
Sure, Steph, don't worry, you're not far. You're not that much different. You got only 3 cars left in tier 2. We only got 4 cars left in tier 1. Wow, Springbok Gamer leading. Could have been 4 cars. It could have been 4 cars there as well with Steph in the lead. But unfortunately, the rain is always something else.
I was flipping Steffi for the win as I entered the chat. But yeah, I can't say. Ati also deserves it.
Now
really
that
does.
second position will definitely go to the judge because that car's been ghosting more than 50% of the race. You can't claim that as positions. Oh, and Gavin also a 3-second time penalty, which will not help. One thing you must give to Nismax is if you look at the last couple of races, he hardly gave away time penalties unnecessary.
He's like a metronome. He just keeps on knocking out those laps.
Yes. Wow, so... Oh no, no, here goes Nismax. Oh, Nismax
What
retires.
happened?
No, contact with a barrier. That will promote
But
Gav Peak.
how? Really?
That will bring both Toro Rossos on the podium. No way.
Late drama, yeah.
And
Gavin
Gav Peak,
passes this Maxim,
Gav Peak
can't
takes it.
believe. He's like Hamilton at the Brazilian Grand Prix, you can't believe his luck.
Yo, both tiers are down to 3 cars. Guess what? All finishes on the podium.
At the death. Well then.
Yo, see, always say this, and it proves again, it ain't over until it's over.
Definitely.
Of course, but Nismax done more than 80% of a race. He could still maybe, but yeah, that will not be a ghost. That's a solid retirement.
Yeah, it's a retirement, and with the gents behind him, the best position you can have for is fourth.
With 3 laps, 2 laps to go. Yeah, actually, Y Racer will take it.
Definitely.
Oh boy.
Got it.
Yo.
Oh, anyway.
Oh, and Gav Peak. Now all we need now, all we need now is Gav Peak also to retire. Of course, 100% race. This is never easy. Always difficult to concentrate here at the end because you're tired. Steph, I think a lot of guys will actually agree with you that this might be the race to forget. This is officially the race with the highest retirements. Vitality rate here is just wow. Okay, you guys almost there. Gav Peak coming around, she will now start lap 50 out of 51. So 2 more laps to go.
Oh yes, he's enjoying this one. Can't believe his luck.
Penultimate lap.
Yeah.
Y Racer second with Ivan in 3rd position.
Oh yes, sure he would be happy with the podium as well.
Yeah.
Regardless. Like they say, Johan, to finish first you must finish.
True that, Steph. Exactly, to get those points you first must finish, and it ain't over until the fat lady has sung. I must say, for after he's been squealing like a pig about this track and not being confident, he actually did pretty well.
Indeed, he did drive well.
Ivan now 19 seconds. It's all about just keeping clean. It's all podium from beyond for all 3 cars. Good points for Toro Rosso. Just to keep it clean, not make contact, just bring the car home.
Oh yes, I can hear the vet already going Honda in the background now.
Oh hell yeah. I won't be surprised if we're going to get a comment from the vet soon about Honda. Right, here we go. Gav Peak coming around for last few corners, going for the start finish line.
Another lap. Why are you weaving? You've still got another lap. Ooh,
really confident, really. And you know what? That overconfidence can come and bite you in the butt. And still weaving.
Yeah.
Versus now just showing off. Clearly Karma loves Gav Peak, because so far he's still in there. I know of a few other guys that Karma would have taken out by now. being this arrogant. I can tell you the two first things that the pig will do here. He'll probably take a dunk and have a mud bath.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he deserves whatever he do because he hung in with a good battle there with Nesmax.
Yeah, brilliant.
Here we go,
Very
last bit.
good, clean driving. Drivers
Just now.
respecting each other.
And still
That's what
weaving,
you
still weaving. Not a care in the world. Yeah, it's already even pushing it through the gears. He's got more than enough gap, it's now just to finish this.
Oh, oh, oh.
I think he realized what this can happen, that's why it's going so slow. Here we go, gap becomes now. Oh, that's, yeah, he likes weaving. Gap Peak then finally finishes the race, first position. Wow, why racers only, yo, he's only in sector 2 now, some distance off.
Fantastic. Well done, Gavin.
The pig with his purple helmet. Purple helmet in a blue car. But he doesn't feel blue, I can promise you that. I think the pig is going to get physicists tonight. Watch the space. And Yuri also slowing down way before.
And wanting to give a show.
Oh, Yuri, I wouldn't do that. Ivan is not that far. Ivan is not that far behind. That can so easily,
Yuri.
that can so easily go wrong. But yeah, nice donut to finish, coming home in second position. Here comes Ivan, and there we go. And we finish the race with only 3 runners. The team to smile here, definitely Toro Rosso. France starts will definitely be over the moon.
Yeah.
Both
1
his
and
drivers
3
on the
for
podium. Well done, gentlemen.
Oh, there we have it.
There we go, confirmation of your race
P1.
winners. Gav Peak, or as they call it, the G9 Pig, in first position, Y Racer second, and Ivan in third. Just want to see if we can get our top 3 in here quickly for some comments. Waar is het hier al vir Ivan nou by jou nie? Dan kan jy hom dalk 'n invite stuur. Maar jy het hom wat. Van Engel vanaf. Wat zijn er weer? IG? IG in. Nee, is die IGH niet. Ja. Heb je het hem op, bro? IGH. Hallo. Ja. Sst.
Yuri, just switch your party setting to.
Oeh. Okay, now I'm not getting through to Ivan at the moment. We'll make a plan later on. Sorry to not having here, but it's a good finish for Toro Rosso. Both drivers on the podium. What a race. Only 3 races. Gavin, you were probably the most luckiest peak, but also hard-working peak, because yes, it was luck, but you also worked for it. Win at one stage, but then it also looked like Nesmax all the way. And I mean, with only like 5 laps to go, 20-second plus gap, and yeah, you are the winner. How you feel, bud?
But yeah, what a.
Sorry, looks like I'm actually getting Ivan here. Sorry guys. See if I can get him in here.
And to catch up that 10-second deficit, to battle him. Awesome driving.
That was
real 300-kilometer plus chess match you were playing there.
Yeah, we were playing test match here at the end. I can see it. I was just waiting, just waiting for a mistake.
But I think the most eventful races. Welcome, Ivan. Thanks for joining us. There's our 3rd place finish. So we got all 3 podium finishes tonight. Of course, the most eventful guys, I must say, is actually Yuri and Ivan. They've been all over, from all the way up to right till the end. So these guys have been changing positions. Yuri, what's happened there right in the beginning? I mean, you were looking good there with the leaders, and all of a sudden just going backwards.
Yeah, after the safety car restart, I think, or a lap or 2 later, I missed my braking point into turn 2, and I had to take the escape route, reverse back on track, and continue. And by that, I was dead last. And from there on, I struggled to get past the guys in front. So I had some opportunities, but I didn't want to stick the nose in, risking a DNF. So I hang back, and yeah.
But later you also seemed like you little outbrake yourself in the same place.
Yeah, every time exiting the pit lane, actually, I outbroke myself in that corner.
Coming out too hot.
Yeah, a bit like that.
Oh, well, it's one of the things, but at least 3rd place, 2nd place, you were solid in 3rd for a long while. Robin got the 3rd, but of course with him retiring, he got the 3rd and ultimately 2nd. So you're not complaining.
No, it was a little bit boring on track, being in 3rd place comfortably. And that actually caused my constraints to go, and I slid into a wall, lost a bit of the end plate. So I had
usually
to pit.
Usually
I
does.
come on behind in 4th then, so I was really chasing him down, and a shame he really The guy in third crash
Yeah,
because
that's
it's good
Robbie.
Phoenix.
You were obviously putting pressure on him. Is that why I
A
lost
lot.
it?
Sketching him sometimes about 2 seconds a lap, and then I had to recharge the battery and save some fuel.
Okay, I thought so.
Ivan,
Anyway,
eventful as well, but solid as always. I mean, wow. If you didn't have the event, you could have been right there by the leaders, but still third place. I think you'll still take that. That's awesome.
finish well.
Full
We have
points
to
for Toro
finish in
Rosso.
third place.
I think a lot of
Right.
you guys, I think a lot of guys were caught out with that safety car. Yeah, and Vos had that unfortunate retirement. He almost dismembered himself with a cigarette, and that
Okay.
actually caused him to go into the wall.
Not a
Don't
good
you
race for
always hear don't
Mercedes.
drink and drive. Vos, don't smoke and drive. Be careful.
Yeah.
But
What
with
happened to
that,
you, was he?
No, I had
safety car.
a stop-go penalty for speeding under safety car conditions. And then obviously you got 3 laps to do the drive-through, and I did 2 and he decided to chuck me out. But anyway, yeah, pretty much after that, I got that penalty. I thought, yeah, I was considering quitting because, you know, the family got home and everything. But beyond that, I don't want to get in the way of you and Turkey battling. Because I saw you on the softs and Turkey was behind me on the supers, and I thought, there's a close one
Well,
coming.
as Kevin already mentioned, the software actually a shit tire.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were not good. They were not good at
Yeah,
all.
but they went
The
a fair
distance.
I think Turkey got up to 28 laps. He just lost the back end a little bit, and it chucked him into the
That's
wall.
his
That's one
DNF.
thing about
Yeah.
that's one thing about soft tires on this track when they start going, especially in those tight sections. Oh.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's why I
that's
quit
actually
it quickly.
intentionally I wanted to do super soft, ultra soft, but then the virtual safety car came out, and I thought, well, might as well take advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah.
But with that, I will definitely say team of the day will go again to Toro Rosso. Solid finish for Team Toro Rosso. Although he did not finish, I will make, again, driver of the day is going to be a joint again, and I'm going to give it to the Pig and to Nismax. Thank you for entertaining us with that battle for those couple of laps while it lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Ladies and
Go to the
gentlemen,
end.
with that, it concludes procedures here. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next race. Till then, have a good one. Goodbye.
Yes.